don't know, but I'm thinking.
My name is Alexandra Natalia McFabulous Artful Dodger. That's my actual name.
That's fun. Do you think we can maybe go to like a grade school in the morning and watch them sing, like do the Pledge of Allegiance?
I don't know. Why do you want to do that?
Really early and like take
So I can quiz them.
On.
What would you ask them?
Why don't you like the Queen anymore?
This grade school kids leave.
Whatever, it's just a question. Do you like living in America?
I mean, they don't have the Queen.
Do your parents beat you? I don't know. Do you like guns?
This is called, that is a Barrett 50 caliber. We had 300 people here today, all shooting and learning different things, tactics, law enforcement. We do a lot of Navy contracts for the U.S. Navy sailors and
Teaching Navy's like members to shoot.
to do shooting and just about everything else you can imagine. We do, but our core competency is definitely guns. That's what we do.
Nadia, what are you taking a picture of? What's there?
It was where the World Trade Centers were, which is now all rubble.
This is a very nice postcard that I picked up by the seaport where we got tickets to come to the World Trade Center, or what's left of it. I wrote on the back something to the equivalent of like, nobody wants to see any more killing in New York City, not at all. It kind of bothers me that there's still such a blood hunt going on when the people are upset because people have died and they're so willing to commit crimes of violence against other people.
We see some wonderful treats of hope from this scripture. First of all, God's presence secures us.
From her bedroom apparently had targeted the house, and he says it is possible that Elizabeth knew her kidnapper. She was taken a week ago, apparently at gunpoint. No one has been eliminated as a suspect.
No one is
City police say they're zeroing in on Elizabeth.
So here we're going to see the Liberty Bell today. I don't really know what to say. I mean, it's a big bell.
This bell announced many of those events. One in particular I'd like to mention. It occurred on July 8 of 1776. It was the founding document for the nation that was being read for the first time in public.
This is so scintillating.
This bell did ring on
I am enthralled.
And they were actually looking for some way to promote their cause of abolishing slavery in the United States.
You guys know anything about like the story of the Liberty Bell or anything?
I know everything about that. I've heard of it.
Well, we've been snubbed by the revolution.
Like, if Ben Franklin doesn't know, does anybody in this country know? Yes.
I know everything about everything.
Is that what it says?
The myth
It's,
of the
you know what
state
it's there
and
for?
liberty and
It's
the
there
principles
to
of-
remind people that they did not used to have this liberty, and now they do, and to be
We
thankful
have
for it.
so much liberty here. We have so much liberty. We came to see the Liberty Bell, got searched, our bags went through.
No,
Don't touch
okay.
the sides, don't touch the sides. Welcome to Liberty. Don't touch the sides of the metal detector, please. You'll mess with my machine.
That's
Like,
for security. That's for your own safety as well as everybody around you.
isn't it interference with liberty?
Shout, shout the battle cry of freedom, and the leaders in charge cry, come boys, come! Shout, shout the battle cry of freedom, our Dixie forever, she's never at a loss. Down with the eagle and up with the cross, we'll rally round the bloody flag, we'll rally once again. Shout, shout the battle cry of freedom.
We're here in Hinton, West Virginia, founded in 1875 to celebrate West Virginia. It's 139th birthday, and there's going to be a Civil War reenactment going on later today. We have Union soldiers, Confederate soldiers, and a whole little village right behind me, as you can probably see. They're going to be duking it out in the streets with guns, and almost live fire.
Fire, fire, company! Company, ready! God, come on! On this one!
Thousands of black people that fought for the Confederacy too.
Were they forced to, or did they do it?
No, they did so willingly because, remember I mentioned to you a few minutes ago about the plantations and the masters and the black people that lived with them, and these were families to them. They adopted the last names of their masters. My master's name is Washington, so I'm going to adopt his last name. And that's where they...
That's not necessarily a sign of respect or reverence for their masters. It's a sign of necessity. They just needed a last name.
Well, necessity is the mother of invention.
Okay, but it's not a sign of respect. Or loyalty.
Yeah, you're right. But you're right. I can't deny that, okay? But at the same time...
It's disgusting. Guns in the street, children walking and mimicking them.
Having like 6-year-olds playing war, everyone's laughing.
I can't believe they're letting them.
Race relations in America have come a long way in the past 100 years, obviously. But there's still some people who don't ever feel that justice has been done on both sides. There's still the Ku Klux Klan on one side, and there's still people who want reparations on the other side. Do you think that they'll ever be able to completely peacefully coexist?
All I can say is I would hope so, but I doubt it, because there's always going to be white radicals and there's always going to be black radicals. You'll never have peace on this world. It'll never happen. Never happen.
Okay, my vision of a society that's safe is a society where everybody's chooses not to attack each other. Your vision of a safe society is everybody chooses to attack each other because they have the potential to kill one another. That's your vision of a safe and perfect society?
You totally either misinterpreted me or you made it up yourself. My vision is that no matter what happens, if you come into my house, I can take care of me and my family. Bam, hit steel, first time. Hit steel on the big one, first time. Ready? You're living in this utopic world of believing we've only been fighting, Christians we've only been fighting for the millennium. If you think today a set of laws is going to stop us from not hating one another and not fighting, I mean, please.
Guns are?
No, guns, see, you're taking guns as the offensive. I take guns as the defensive. Yeah, you hit steel that time too. You're doing good. All right. But my point is, sure, you can die with a gun, or you can die with a knife, or you can be strangled, or whatever. But yeah, sure, you want it? If nobody had guns but the police, it would probably be a little bit safer.
What's that for? Huh? What's that stand for?
Anarchy. I mean, we've already lost like 3 out of the 10 Bill of Rights right now, so, you know, this is maybe the last one we have left here.
All they want is money and oil.
That's all anybody wants. That's all you want.
No, I don't.
That's all you want.
I'm not going into Afghanistan.
All you want is money. Everybody in America, that's all they want is money.
Their slogans are rough and sensationalist, and I feel like maybe they could articulate themselves better, but it's hard to articulate yourself in a one-line statement, and they're not getting any attention, and nobody cares. People walk by them, and they're just like, lower taxes. That's what I saw some guy do.
It's not about changing people's minds. It's about changing people's minds the right way. Like Martin Luther King, he didn't make any difference till he was 50, and he made a difference in the South, and he grew up in the South, and he grew up with that, and he knew what he was up against. Like, we don't know how world political economy works.
You know what? That's so ridiculous. What makes maybe he went to university or something like that, but when people are dying because of what someone has done.
No, it's not about university. It's about living what you care about. He lived in the South. He was black. He was discriminated against. That's why he cared, and he knew what drove people.
That's so wrong. That's just like the syndrome that people always have. They're just like, why do you care? Why should you be involved? No, anyone who cares should get involved.
About the creation of the Homeland Security Department that the president proposed last week, and that some others have been.
Where are we up to right now, then?
We're going to the Capitol building, and there's a press conference about Medicare. Is that it's a new bill?
Prescription drugs.
And I think it's about paying for prescription drugs, like
It's a discount for seniors. It's a bill that would introduce subsidies for seniors when they get prescription drugs. And we're going to see a congressman from North Carolina. What's his name? John Price?
David Price.
David Price. We're going to go see David Price speak.
Shown that lobbyists basically call on friendly members. Most lobbying is trying to shore up and strengthen friendly members.
We've decided what we really want to do during this interview is ask him one tough question and really stick it to him until he gives us an answer. No runarounds, only one question.
What will that question be?
Jordy?
What did we say it was going to be? I don't remember. I'll have to think about it for a second.
Is this bill paving the way for public Medicare in the United States?
Be, I think, an ethic of public service that looks to broad public opinion and the public interest as opposed to narrower groups. So there are many things we need to work on. But compared to the rest of the world's countries, yes, America is a proud democracy, and I think we need to make it even better.
Really? Well, he didn't really say that.
He did. He used the word ignorant.
But not about the American public. He didn't say that at all. He might have said they were like apathetic.
Yeah, he said they were disengaged.
He said they were disengaged and apathetic, but I don't know. He seemed to get...
In what context was he saying this? What was the context?
He was saying ignorant about...
You were talking about what?
I was talking about low voter turnout and how he could actually say it was a legitimate democracy when only something like 35% of people even vote in elections and only like 20% of the entire population actually gets who they voted for in power. That's when he said that they were apathetic and disengaged. But he also said that it was his job to make sure things weren't that way, and he kept trying harder. I don't think he really did let anything out. I don't know. I found
it... He also mentioned that various issues of...
Reembolsos grandes y gran financiamiento bajo. Llegue hoy a su casa Ford, Mesa Ford o Chamali Ford. 93.9.
There's the border. You take a look
pile
here.
Of rocks.
These rocks, that's the pile of this. Watch. Let's do a little demonstration. America, Mexico. America, Mexico.
Native people don't want to get involved too much within this different type of culture that we have here. It's going to do away with a lot of their traditions.
His views on politics is he has no views on politics, apparently.
That's not true.
You told me he was an Indian activist. He knew a lot about politics. I asked him about it. He didn't have to say anything. All he had to say was politicians are corrupt, they're self-serving, and then, do you have any better ideas? No.
That's not true at all. I totally disagree. He had views on politics. His views might have been...
His views are that politics suck.
Let me finish.
That's fine.
His views are not that politics suck. His views were that they don't serve the Indians, which if you look at the history of how politicians have treated Indians over 500 years, I think that's fairly realistic. But he also did have alternatives. I mean, he believed in following traditions and staying within your own community as opposed to trying to turn to the community of America at large because the community at large doesn't serve him.
Excellent.
In Canada, people are much more tolerant about everything. In America, people are more quick to judge and more quick to see if it's... Yeah, I guess that's it. I'll just say they're more quick to judge.
What do you think of this place out here, Alex?
It's really beautiful. It's really sort of desolate and empty, but like it's really, it's gorgeous. Like if you just look around, I'm sure you can see the scenery behind me. At the same time, it's really sad that people who live in such a gorgeous environment are living in such poverty. In America, it's the poorest part of America I've seen so far. In Mexico, it's the poorest part of the world I've ever seen. But I haven't traveled that much.